What's good, y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. If you like this video, if you like what it is that I do, hit that sub button and run up that hype. Today we talking about Cash Money. We spoke about Cash Money last week, feel me? And we was talking about the Verzuz. Now they had a Verzuz against No Limit, historic. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans versus New Orleans, Uptown versus, you know what I mean? Like it was great. It was great. There was a lot of things that couldn't happen because Turk wasn't there. We were all wondering why Turk wasn't there, why Wayne wasn't there. And now that, the dust is settled on this, there's more things that came out of the situation than we knew. For one, BG is now moving around promoting his documentary, as he should. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Shouts out to BG. He's on the Breakfast Club. We're going to go through a couple of the clips on the Breakfast Club when he's talking about, what he's endured since doing his 10 or 11-year bid, I believe, how he's adjusted coming home. Also, when it comes to his relationship within the Hot Boys, within Cash Money and his relations to Turk specifically. But before we get to that, I just want to say, right, if you want to have a high level of success in anything, you got to understand that there's going to be a level of bullshit that comes with it, especially dealing in niggatry, right? When you got to deal with other niggas and you got to be around other niggas and that's predicated on a check coming in, you just got to understand that there's going to be some bullshit attached to that. I hate to break it to y'all, but that's just how things go. This situation with Cash Money and the Hot Boys and all that, it's unfortunate. But if you look at every single conglomerate group, crew, whatever that was put together, with the exception of very, very few, there are like a 95% fallout rate. You know what I'm saying? If there's some sort of consensus on the fallout rate in hip hop, it got to be at least 95 to damn near 98%. There's not many people who start together that finish together. You know what I mean? And even what they do, the waters is muddied and shit. You know what I mean? It's never how it was once before. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about this specific situation with BG explaining what his terms are when it comes to his lyrics. Now, there's always been this conversation within hip hop, more so recently, especially with the Young Thug trial, the YSL trial happening, about lyrics and what they mean as art. Can we interpret lyrics as just simple art, or is there deeper meanings when it comes to criminal activity, right? Let's watch the clip, and we're going to come back when I talk about what I think is fair and wasn't fair about how they handling BG with his lyrics.
It taught me a lot, man, and now I'm on point now, man.
Now, with your release, is it true that every lyric that you rap now or right now, you have to send for approval?
So I definitely, I have to turn it over to my PO. You know what I mean? Like they don't get to approve, because when I first came home, when I did the album with Gucci, man, when I first came home, me and WAP did a tape together, right? And they tried to violate me and send me back to jail for that. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, like, like, what's up? Like I ain't did nothing but what I've been doing. You know what I mean? So they were saying that they didn't want me doing nothing pertaining to entertainment or nothing pertaining to music that I could make money off of. You know what I mean? So it was like, God damn, like, I didn't understand it. And that's why I fought it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. Like, and you trying to send me back to jail for just simply trying to make a living? You know what I mean? So the judge agreed with me and said it was a violation of my freedom of speech. You know what I mean? And but she did say that I had to turn over the lyrics to my probation officer before I made them available to the public. You know what I mean? So I still,
That sounds crazy.
I'm going to keep it 100. That's pretty wild. Now, BG, specifically coming from New Orleans, if you ever heard Chopper City, classic album, great album, BG has always been dope when it comes to rapping. Now, it's this slippery slope, this kind of weird place that we go into with shit like this, because on one hand, I understand if you some sort of drill rapper, you know what I'm saying, and your lyrics are a direct tie to somebody losing their life, somebody getting robbed, any criminal activity that happened in that space, right? But I think that sometimes, well, not sometimes, in law enforcement or the judicial system, you know what I mean, in the criminal justice system, they look at everything as one and the same, right? There's no difference between a BG or a Dirk, you know what I'm saying? Or there's no difference between a BG and who could we say? A rapper who they lyrics have been kind of crazy. We use one example that's good enough, right? But there has to be some sort of barrier or somebody who comes from music that understands that works in that space. See, we moving into a whole new world now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is changing creatively and monetarily, and you know what I'm saying, society wise is just changing. So the people who were in these seats before are different, but even still, I think in the judicial system and the criminal justice system, they've kept a certain type of person, right? You have to have certain type of degrees, certain types of people who work at these jobs and make these things happen. But there's gonna have to be some sort of shift of change, because for him to not be able to even rap and talk about just anything, you know what I'm saying, or they interpreting anything, if he's talking about anything as an indictment on something that had possibly happened that they could tie him to, is kind of crazy, because he's never been that type of artist. And it just kind of bugs me out. You know what I'm saying? It bugs me out. Yo, this video is brought to you by Jordan Craig Denim. Jordan Craig Denim is a brand, a family-owned brand, working in streetwear business over 30 years by the way of Queens, New York. On top of that, they got everything from premium denim. They got good sweatsuits, good jackets, all types of garments and all types of accessories for any and everything you need. A lot of people have wanted. Everybody from Allen Iverson, the Moneybag Yo, Shiloh Sanders, Paul Pierce, Vin Diesel. They got something for everybody. You know it's full time. You gotta get right. Go get you one of these sweatsuits. This sweatsuit I got on in particular is extremely comfortable. I can move around in it. It's comfy. I feel like I could wear this to go outside. I could wear this to the gym. I could wear this to go get my groceries, pick up my kids from school, whatever it is I need to be doing. Good airport fit. Jordan Craig got it. So if you like this sweatsuit or any of the stuff that you've seen, make sure that you hit jordancraig.com and use my code. Like I said, you support me, you support this channel, support Jordan Craig. Now, why wasn't Wayne there? You know what I'm saying? Why wasn't Wayne at the Verzuz is the biggest conversation more than anybody. I know a lot of y'all went up for Turk, but Wayne not being at something with Cash Money on it was the biggest draw, right? Like, because if Wayne would have came out there, it would have been a whole different atmosphere, whole different energy. Let's watch what BG had to say regarding that.
Why wasn't Wayne there? That's the question everybody wants.
I talked to Wayne yesterday, man, and I talked to Wayne the morning before, right? You know what I mean? The morning before the Verzuz, and you know, Shorty wasn't feeling good, man. You know what I mean? So you know, cause he had a concert at Dre's the same night, and he canceled that as well. You know what I mean? And Swiss was, you know, even hurt behind it, right? You know what I mean? Because for real, you know, that's the reason Swiss pulled the trigger on it. You know what I mean? Because Wayne, you know, agreed,
I heard Wayne
right?
orchestrated the whole thing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, come on. I mean, you know, Shorty, you know what I'm saying? Like, Shorty, you know, Shorty here, right?
Now, as critical as people is about Wayne when it comes to how he looks, sure, we're not going to skip over the fact that he might have had a health issue, right? Like if y'all going to be critical about him for everything else about, yo, he looks this bad and he looks like this and he looks like that, I'm pretty sure we can understand that he may have had a health issue. Now we get into the real part of the conversation, though. The real part of the conversation with BG's issues with Turk. Heard y'all loud and clear. Heard everybody loud and clear. I myself said that, you know, Turk, while he is an important figure within the Hot Boy structure and the Cash Money structure, that they could still do work without him. They could still do things without him. A lot of people didn't like that. But let's just add on to this, right? Let's just add on to this. I think that, and I said, I'm gonna say this, all of that behind the scenes stuff that we think used to exist where we didn't know what was the problem or what were the problems, right? Is now in our faces. So it's not like we gotta like guess or second guess or think on what it is. I think that people just pick who they believe over others, right? They like, oh no, that can't be right because I like, you know, they gotta be doing him dirty or this gotta be going a certain way. I'm just gonna go with the ideology that I believe what BG is saying, because I don't believe he has to lie in this instance. Now, Turk could be telling the truth or his own truth within his own right as well. But I don't think that BG is lying about something like this. Let's watch what BG has to say regarding his situation or his relationship or lack thereof with Turk.
Facts.
And how
Facts.
bad does the Turk situation hurt? Because it's y'all grew up with each other. Y'all lived in the same houses. Y'all toured. I'm sure y'all have been on the same minivan traveling from city to city. So how bad is that situation that the family can't be tight?
I mean, bro, like, this internet is poison, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's a crazy place. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of people, you know, just get caught up, you know what I mean? Like in the likes and, you know, in the followers and, you know, just in the BS, you know what I'm saying? That come with it. And, you know, everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's just how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Because I come up and grew up in a time where, you know, you try to keep what was private, you know what I mean? Like, and nowadays it's just like everybody just wanna just, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, what is we doing? Like, come on, man. Stop it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we supposed to be men. Like, we supposed to be gangsters. Like, what is you going? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is you doing? Like.
Basically, Turk is misusing himself or misrepresenting himself on social media, what BG is saying. But this is where this shit take a turn because they asked him, can it be resolved? And this is what BG had to say.
Nah,
it ain't nothing that can resolve it, though.
I mean,
because y'all was on tour together for a little while.
And I saw y'all in New Orleans. It was a great vibe. And then,
facts.
But then it was the whole thing that happened with the other tour.
And then he just be doing goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, for no reason. Like he just be jumping out there. You know what I'm saying? With no parachute on. You know what I'm saying? Like, for no reason. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just be like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You got Juvie mad, you got Fresh mad, you got Bird mad, you know what I'm saying? You playing with me, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Shorty in the cut, like, don't give about none of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, bro, come on, you shot yourself in the foot. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you constantly shooting yourself in the foot. But
could he be going through something though? Like, could it be something deeper? Like, you know?
Man, I don't know, man. You know what they say, behind every strong black man is a strong black woman, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, behind every goofy is a goofy female that's telling them what they doing is like, you know what I'm saying?
All right. She about to go too far.
Yeah, like, all right. So leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Damn, man. This shit is out of pocket. But listen, man, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. And I mean, he basically explained it for the gist of everybody to understand. Now, of course, if you're a contrarian and you feel like, oh nah, yo, they just all lying and ganging up on him because he got the best parts of the song and all of that. All right, cool. That's your fight to fight. But Turk has more trouble on his hands. He has more trouble on his hands. It says that Turk was hit with a $12 million federal lawsuit for allegedly leaking tour finance info and sabotaging the Cash Money 30th anniversary tour. That is crazy, yo. All right, so let's read about it. It says, just weeks after filing his own lawsuit, Hot Boys rapper Turk is now in serious legal trouble. According to allhiphop.com, the concert promoter Dope Shows, Inc. filed a $12 million federal lawsuit accusing him of wrecking the Cash Money Millionaires 30th anniversary tour through threats, defamation, and a sham lawsuit. Filed in October in New York, October 29th, the suit claims Turk and his company, YNT Empire, breached their contract by making violent threats towards the fellow Hot Boy member, BG, leaking confidential tour finances and spreading false claims about the promoter's ability to pay its artists. Despite to revive his flagging rap career, his flagging rap career, Turk is attempting to sabotage the tour through his childish antics. His childish antics, attorney Jeffrey M. Marvitt stated. And then it also says it also says the company alleges Turk's feud nearly caused cancellations and risked BG's probationary approval to perform. Dope Show seeks $7 million for defamation and $5 million for breach of contract, calling Turk's conduct a malicious and misguided attempt to gain attention. Woo. I'm here to tell y'all right now, Turk does not have no $12 million. He does not have no $12 million. I don't even think Turk has made $12 million, and that's not no shot to him. He just never rose to that occasion of being an artist. He never got to the point where everybody believed he'd be. I thought that Young and Thuggin' was going to be a great album, you know what I'm saying? But that Cash Money shit, when it split up, it split up. Now, I'm going to just talk about the aftermath and everything that's going on currently. I feel that Turk, yes, is a legend when it comes to hip-hop. Yes, he's a legend. Legendary status is not the same for everybody. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Everybody does not get the same legendary status, but he is a legend in the game. He contributed to a lot of shit that matters. I'm from New York, where he did matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I got homies from Detroit that where he did mattered to them. So we're not going to skip over the fact that Turk has put in work and he's done the right shit at a certain time that's helped him. But currently, right now, I think people's biggest problem with Turk is that he simply talked too much. That's what everybody's basically saying. That Turk is always on live. He's always talking about, you know what I'm saying, how he was done wrong. And the thing about it is, you are what you eat. So if you are consuming that every single day, if that's all your day is, and that's all you're going to spew out, then that's what you're going to be. Could he possibly, in this day and age, in the independence era, like the super independence era, where you don't have to have a record label, you don't have to have certain things prosper, you know what I mean, the way most artists can that understand that space. Can he do it? Yeah, I think that everybody got the opportunity to do that. Anybody who was famous in the late 90s, early 2000s, you got to remember that right now, everybody can access what we want. So when we was wondering about what you was possibly doing for years because we couldn't see you, we could now see you through social media. But at the point where we see your ass through social media, if you only doing certain shit, it comes to a point where, yeah, oh, that's cool, oh, all right. Damn, that's still what it is. Oh, that's it. All right, I'm tuned out. You know what I mean? People get tuned out of certain things. And I think that, you know, that might be a part of Turk's healing journey. Shit. His healing journey means that he might have had to confront everything with Cash Money. But the more and more and more that he talks about how things wasn't favorable to him, he just sounds like, you know what I mean? It comes off victim mentality, right? Like everybody just did you dirty. And then you have people saying, well, listen, we messed with him, but it wasn't to the degree of how y'all might have thought it was. Now, on the visuals, yeah, we thought that all y'all was locked in as a family, which most people think that all of these labels are, and you find out they not. It's not. It's not family business. Most times it's music business. And in music business, when you're dealing with niggadry, nigga shit exists. Bad things happen. People fall out. Told you, it's probably a 98% fallout rate. Look at every single label you grew up on. Every single label. Not talking about the major distributors. Think about every boutique label that you've seen from the beginning of time up until now. Up until now, how many are still doing that shit together? They might come back together every now and then to remind the people of how things once were at one time, but that shit don't stay the same. It don't. And then you wonder why. People always want, oh, it gotta be because of this, or it gotta be because of that. Sometimes this shit is right in your face. Let's just call a spade a spade. A lot of times it's right in your face. You can see it for what it is. I think that Turk, you know, I don't know him personally. I met him one time at what was that? I met him one time at in New Orleans. You know what I mean? I met him in New Orleans when we did the Louisiana Fest. I was there with Lauren LaRosa and my brother Mouse. Great time, great vibes, all of that. But, you know, I don't know him, but his character, for what people are saying it is and what he's displaying, it don't go in his favor. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, though. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me and know how we doing, for the ones that don't eventually will, mess with Jordan Craig. I catch you on the next one. Peace.